I'm not going to tell you the team first off, but
any injuries then?
No, everyone came through the game really well actually. I mean, I can't say anything apart from the obvious. You know, it's been a good week. I think it was a big result, big performance, and a big kind of big uplift. You know, with the feeling and inside the stadium and it's getting that balance. You know, between taking the encouragement and the confidence from the game itself and the performance, and keeping level-headed and our feet on the ground. Now we've got another big game coming up, and one game doesn't change and make you a great team. It gives us a great foundation to build on. So yeah, there's a lot of confidence, there's a lot of good feeling within the group, but measured with that, you know, and we know what's coming and we've got to be ready for it.
You've had a lot of good performances in this competition, a lot of good performances in your time as Arsenal manager, but where do you place coming here against last year's finalists who had to get something tonight?
Well, very proud of the team, obviously. We talked before the game, we needed a special performance, a very complete performance throughout the games against, as you said, the top side, and we certainly done that tonight.
What pleased you most?
The courage, the attitude, the willingness to go to another level. We've done it at home against two top sides this season in the competition, but to do it in San Siro against the best team in Serie A and one of the best teams in Europe, as you said, is something else.
Was it an intention in a way with your team selection and the way you used your subs to make a statement tonight in a way?
I was about trying to be better than them, and we knew that we have to navigate through different stages in the game. They manage the games, they control the games in a very good way, and we knew that we were going to have to do that in the pitch and through the subs as well.
The club announced yesterday, and Casemiro himself announced that he'll be leaving during the season. I'm guessing he'll have a pivotal role, but it also raises question as to some other players' futures. Harry Maguire, for example, another person's contract's running out. Has the club had discussions with him about his future? Does he know where his future lies?
No, I think that's just coming into that time of the season really, and with contracts and obviously January is January in the window, and kind of working my way through that and coming towards the end of the season in terms of contracts and decisions, and that'll obviously be taken in discussions and in good time really and at the right time. So you know, I think the kind of announcement for Cassie, I think was for clarity as much as anything. You know, it was kind of decided anyway, before I arrived. So it's not just a knee-jerk kind of decision, but the type of personality, the character that he is. I think it shows with his performance last week, you know, and where he is mentally and how much it means for him to be here and to finish the season strong. I've already had that conversation with him, and he's desperate to do well and finish well, and it's good to see. So I've got no doubts about him at all.
As a manager, you're looking at the wages that package that it takes up. Interestingly enough, they're also looking at, you know, potentially renewing for Kobbie Mainoo, getting him on a brand new deal. Is that all part of the thinking there, do you reckon?
It is, because, you know, any Premier League club, you have a structure, and part of that structure, when you have big players or massive money, it does create a lot of room for you to manoeuvre. And Manu, who obviously was brilliant at the weekend and didn't really get a start, Amarin, it was all kind of speculation about what was going to happen to him. That looks secure now, and that will just be a small part of Casemiro's package.
Yeah, totally. And Lee, I mean, Kobbie Mainoo almost looked like a man reborn in that match, didn't he?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, he's been waiting, hasn't he? He's had to bide his time, and credit to him, because it's quite easy to get frustrated, you know, not getting game time, and particularly that, you know, we did see like a big impact from him when he sort of burst onto the scene, didn't he? You know, and then all of a sudden he's not playing, and you're thinking, what is going on? Why?
It's a World Cup year as well. He wants to get in that team.
Exactly. And this is key. This is key times for big players like Mainoo, and credit to him. I mean, I really say that, and I genuinely mean it. Is that, you know, to actually step into the United shirt again and fulfil that role and put on a performance, just shows the calibre of player that they've got there.
I mean, it was a completely different Man United side to what, you know, one of the best performances I've certainly seen from Man United in a good few years, and it all, you know, looks like it's coming from one man, Michael Carrick. Alan, you managed Michael Carrick at West Ham. Did you ever think at the time you were managing the the new manager of Manchester United at some point?
Well, what I would say about Michael Carrick was he was a super intelligent guy,
right.
you know, and his natural ability on a football pitch made him emotionally kind of sound for the game and for after the game, because he was always had that calmness about him.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, he started his managerial career and he's had a good sort of ground in at Middlesbrough. He's got the experience. He'd come to Man United in a caretaker spell before and did very well. He knows the football club, and more importantly, all those big hitters who have been there in the past are going to be supportive of him.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that Amorim didn't get at times.
Yeah.
So I think he's got the backing of the ex-players and the fans, and I think that is important. But what he did really was get Man United back on the front foot.
Yeah.
It wasn't difficult what he did. It wasn't like some tactical master plan that Michael came up with.
Yeah.
He got them on the front foot, pressed them high, took a few risks at the back, and I think that's what Man United fans were calling for.
Difference looked like Bruno back in that 10 role. You know, wasn't sitting as deep. Do you think that made a big difference to them?
I think so. I think when you look back at his sort of stats of what he's produced in the United shirt, playing in that role, you know, you felt that you probably wasn't getting the most out of Bruno Fernandes. I think playing in that 10 pocket, I think particularly when we touched on Brian Mbeumo, of what he can give and how he can spin defenders playing through that forward area and having someone who can supply them passes to him. He's one of the best, you know, not only in the goal front but assist fronts, and he's back in that position where he relishes playing. So yes, I think, you know, as Al said, it's not all about, you know, Carrick's, you know, produce his master stroke at Manchester United. It's the first game, he's tweaked the form.
That, you know, it strengthened Man United in that Bruno didn't need to defend. And, you know, if I was a central midfielder, which I was in my heyday, which was like before the 60s.
The other forwards that Arsenal have got, who else can try and cause some damage against the Manchester United side that's full of confidence?
I mean, you speak about the forwards, but it's not just the forwards, it's the team, it's how you set up. And you speak about how they approach it, United. I mean, if they do sit off, then I agree with what you're saying about, you know, you want a number 9 that's going to come and link play and get involved.
Of winning the Champions League. I think how they've done that, I know we're still in just finished a group stage, but they've done that in style, and they've showed that, as you said, going away in Europe, I think changing the team even and leaving top quality players and knowing you've got strength in depth that can fulfil roles, and obviously they're in their 1 foot in the final, really, you would say. I've got Chelsea in the Carabao Cup semi-final with that advantage. I just think it's really teed up for them this season, and that's why I say I think that the treble for me is dangling for them. They've got to continue what they're doing. I don't think they'll lose many games.
Turn to the Emirates as Mikel Arteta and Michael Carrick lock horns in a clash that could shape the direction of the Premier League season. Arsenal come into this game knowing that every point matters in the title race, while Manchester United arrive desperate to prove they're still a force under Carrick. Expect intensity, high pressing, and zero margin for error as both managers look to outthink each other in what promises to be a gripping tactical battle. From Arteta's relentless attacking structure to Carrick's calm, controlled approach, this matchup is more than just Arsenal vs United, it's a philosophy showdown. Big players will be tested, key moments will define legacies, and one decision could swing the momentum of the season. With pride, pressure, and potentially the title on the line, this is a night where heroes are made, and excuses won't survive.